And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the always pressing PGA DFS podcast. Coming to you a day later than usual due to scheduling, but we are back to preview the 2025 Charles Schwab Challenge. I think most of the regulars on the tour would be missing this week as well. So we're here, though, to get you going for it because it's a poor field of golf. Before we get to previewing this and talking a little PGA Championship, you can find me on Twitter at BDentry, the podcast at Always Press DFS, and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at DFS Golf Guys. Jesse, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. Again, Tuesday. Thanks for being flexible and moving it to today to talk a golf tournament. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, not looking forward to it necessarily, but it is what it is.
What were your thoughts on the PGA Championship as Scotty is officially back, folks, if anybody missed it?
Yeah, I'm really tired of him being able to like bogey or triple the last hole and still win. But yeah, I mean, he figured it out very quickly. It's just kind of a big letdown coming off of the Masters, that last major that we had, which was obviously a really good tournament. Abnormal though in the aspect of how good it was. So back to kind of normal here, and yeah, I mean, Scotty has figured it out. It was. Did you see where he lost his driver because of the
him and a few guys lost their drivers, but he seemed like the only one that didn't affect.
Yeah. When I first saw that, I didn't know really what that meant, but reading more into it, it's just basically they just wear out over time, I guess. They hit them so much. And so whatever that means, it becomes non-conforming somehow. Yeah, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, but Rory obviously did not play very well, so I don't know if that had something to do with it or what the deal with Rory is, because coming in we thought this was
the perfect place.
Yeah, I mean, he wins here when it's the Wells Fargo or whatever they call it now, and so yeah, I mean, odd week for him. But if you remove Scotty, it was a great tournament.
Yeah. The battle for second was good. Strong battle for second. To your conforming driver thing, there's two ways I look at this. As I've heard the comparison, it's like when NASCAR gets checks because guys try to like tweak a degree off of this or that to get the speed. There's that, but also like you mentioned about hitting it a lot, from someone that played baseball for a long time, and when metal bats really got going before the ones now, the more you'd use them, they would start to dent. If you had any dents in your bat, you had to basically it's gone situation, right? Because the more conformed it becomes, obviously, the more you can. And these golfers hit the same spot every time. So I'm
assuming they just wore the face out of it.
Yeah, well, they probably just grooved it so much now that it's actually hitting the sweet spot even harder in theory.
Yeah.
So that's why they're like, no, sir, you need to go to the next club that's already loaded anyways, so go for it.
Right.
But that's where I find it funny. It's like, okay, they got these trailers, they give them the same exact shaft, the same exact head, all these things they've already had. Somehow this is a problem, and I've never understood that at all. But
yeah, well, you know how mental golf is, man.
Oh no, that's what a lot of it is. Yeah, like they got tweaked at the last minute and ruined. It should be tweaked on like Monday. Give them a couple days to figure it out, not on Wednesday. I don't know what day it was. I'm guessing it was late in the week, but
yeah, I don't know I don't know. But either way, I mean, you go into that tournament thinking this is the driver I'm going to hit, and then all of a sudden it's gone from you, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Sure. And that's Rory's biggest weapon. Obviously, Scotty's very good with the driver, but his short game is obviously impeccable too. He didn't really hit the ball particularly well, and Rahm, I thought, was going to actually give him a run until Rahm got to the green mile, 16, 17, 18, and then, finished 5 over. So
that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, Rahm had a tremendous round going, 3 under going into 16, and then bogey, double, a couple of water balls in there. I think he kind of pressed it on. He needed a birdie 14 and 15, and he knew that. And when he parred both of those holes, which are birdie holes, I think he kind of knew it was over. So he was like super pressing, especially on 17. The shot he hit on 17 was just not good at all, but he was trying to swoop something in there and just overhooked it, and it ends up in the water. So
that's what Johnson Wagner said as after the round on Sunday, because Johnson's just the GOAT on TV now for whatever he does. He was showing how like Scotty and Rahm, I think it was on 15, where it was such a tight lie down below. You just had to put it up and then hope it would stop. All these things.
Yeah.
And then after that, he explained, well, when Ron realizes that like I just parred the 2 easiest holes basically, and I'm chasing Scotty, he's all I actually give him kudos for finding the drinks. He's like, he had to go. He had to be
right.
There's like Ron doesn't care about the money difference from 2nd to 5th. He wants to win the damn thing. So he's all I give him kudos for that. Is what it came down to.
100%. He definitely went after it. Yeah, I mean,
but he was trying to basically say like, sure, it says 5 over on the last 3, but a lot of that was forced in theory.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better if he birdied. If he birdies 14 and 15 like he should. I mean, those are very gettable holes. It's a much different story, and I'm sure he plays 15 through 18 differently because he's just trying to get in with pars on those 3 holes. But yeah, so we ended up with Scotty just chipping out into the fairway on 18 and then knock it on the green and miss the putt for bogey and make bogey and win by 5.
What's your thoughts on Rory not doing any press?
I mean, from what I read and what I saw, like his name got leaked out of all the 10 that got tested and then I guess got taken away or whatever. He was the only one whose name got leaked. It didn't come out that Scotty
told him himself at the press conference.
Right. So I think it was kind of a bit of a middle finger. You know how Rory is, man. I mean, like,
I agree.
When he lost U.S. Open last year, he just took off. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like people act like the media is owed something here when the media doesn't even do a good job. The golf media, that is. You know what I mean? Like they don't do a good job to begin with. So why are they owed anything?
Don't disagree there either.
I'm sure he'll do a press conference at his next event, whatever that is, and he will talk about it. But for right now, he's just giving him the middle finger. That's the way I view it anyways. I don't know for sure, obviously, because he hasn't said anything.
That's how I kind of saw it going now. Like at first, I'm like, come on, Rory, like you're the face. You just won the Masters. You're the one that said guys need to Tiger even, would show up once in a while. Like I get it. Then the part you mentioned about it, he's the one name leaked. Well, guess who leaks it? That's the media, like you said. So you know what?
Right.
Here you go, buddies. Like you guys you want something to write about? Write about how I'm not talking to you now because you backstabbed me. Knock yourselves out. That's all you get from me.
Like initially when I first heard the report, I'm like, oh shit, like this goes back to the Masters. There's some kind of like he was using some kind of illegal driver. And then now reading up on it, it's just like
it's just for this week.
It's just what it is. And so it makes it a little bit more odd that he wouldn't talk to the media, but going back to the whole leaking thing, I can see why you would just
no, I agree. Once I kind of thought about it more, I think I heard it from someone else as well. That part with Rory, the way he can be vindictive, I can definitely see that being part of the play there.
100%.
Like you said, like the next time he comes out, he might like, okay, now we can talk. Like we've had our fun. See you later. So I'm with you. But as you said, it was like it was a major. Didn't really feel like that much of a major when all things were said and done. Still played. It was some good golf, but Scotty once again proved when Scotty's clicking, there's just nothing that comes close to it.
The PGA needs to just find better courses and do a rotation. Like Quail's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Quail Hollow, but it's not like.
But there's so many places.
Or there's so many golf courses out there that they could go to and just something different to.
Well, think about like where they played the week before in Pennsylvania. They could have souped the rough up there and played that and kept Quail at, on the Wells Fargo. But then like your point, how you said before, like Northeast golf, even like Chicago, like Midwest North golf, there's so many courses they can just rotate in that area that never see an event, and they'll get to see it once every 6 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, like Valhalla, okay, Quail Hollow, okay. But like some of these, there's just so many, and like it does come down to private.
Give us Whistling again or something. Like I'd love to see Whistling again.
Yes, 100%, dude.
Like stuff like that.
That was U.S. Open though.
Yeah, but they can still PGA that.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I mean, like something different.
Or go to
West Coast golf, man. I mean,
yeah, trust me, I live out here, and I don't even think it's that special. Like it's really not that great.
But there's so many courses all over the country. I mean, it's just
especially like Wisconsin's got almost more golf courses in the state than most other states. Period. Like it's crazy. Yeah. But like the what's it called, the Lick or the French Lick there in Indiana, where the Corn Ferry Finals is, that would be a great PGA Championship course.
If they souped up the Pete Dye, I mean, it would be just stupid.
It'd be awesome. That's what I'm saying.
It'd be fun to watch.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Like,
I know. Oakmont in a few weeks. Have you seen any of these? Have you seen any of these golf influencers, YouTube guys play Oakmont? They just recently got to go play it.
I have not checked it out yet, but I'm imagining it's already looking pretty rough.
Yeah. Bobo Sports was there. It's
Nice.
quite hilarious.
I did see some of his tweets about getting a cocktail after the round, so that's something to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough, and it wasn't even nearly what those guys didn't play it. They played.
Yeah,
it
they got
really
a month. They got a month
wind.
to. They got a month.
But the rough's going to be worse. The greens are going to be rolling faster. Everything's going to be, it's going to be. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. That's a great golf course.
That is, and that's a good one, but it's also one we only see like on the U.S. Open circuit. That's part of I think that's part of the allure. It's like nothing against Quail. And I know a lot of people talked about it last week. Should we be getting? And like, there's really like Augusta's great because the Masters, but in reality, we see it every year. That's the beauty of the Open, PGA Championship, and the British Open. It's like they rotate.
Yeah,
that's like the fun of it all. And I know Pebble has its. Whatever you want to call it. I think that's just more because it's a landmark. I could do without it for the Open, honestly. I don't care either way. But I get it at the same time. But there's pretty much no other golf courses that need to repeat. It just doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's not my problem. Speaking of U.S. Open, did you see that 7-for-1 playoff in Texas?
I did, and Kiefer got through.
Dude, in the dark, basically.
Who I touted last week, and he apparently got engaged Wednesday night.
Why would you do that,
buddy? That's what we were in the group message. Just
oh my god,
what are we doing here? What are we doing?
I do that after you qualify at a 7-for-1 playoff on Monday.
I don't know. I don't know, but he's in, so we'll see.
Oh, I did not know that. That is like what he. I hate to break it to people behind the curtain here. He can control that timing.
Yes,
that was up to him.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw like the great Monday Q guy. He's freaking great Twitter handle. He was mentioning how Kiefer basically birdied his final 2 holes to get in, and then his final 4 in the playoffs, like all one putt birdie. Like he was lights out just to sneak through.
That's insane, dude. Did you see where Sergio did not make it?
Yes, first time in like 20-something years or something.
And then Gooch withdrew, so
yeah, I heard there's an asterisk. I've seen that tweet already.
Is it even really a U.S. Open now?
I don't think so. It was in the PGA Championship, so it must have been a Wells Fargo last week too, because Gooch wasn't around. Man, talk about he got his check when he could. I guess give him credit because Wyndham Clark's probably looking for one right now after that shit this past week. My God,
there's several out there.
Like I don't mind. Like I've gotten angry on a golf course and done some things, but that was a little much in my book.
You got to be in a really bad spot to act like that.
Yeah, like Homa, I get because he is in a bad spot. And it wasn't even that bad, all things considered. Like, he could have gone a lot worse. He controlled his throw. Still don't condone it on all things, but he controlled it. Wyndham Clark just freaking...
Yeah. At least Homo was out in the middle of the fairway, just throwing it.
Yeah, and he kind of tossed it in front of him. Like, he went and picked up his divot and put it back. Like, he kind of... it was like a little... It's basically an FU. Let it out for a second. Or, yeah, that was bad. Bad deal. But all right, I guess we can probably move on from this. But Scotty Scheffler, GOAT status once again, back-to-back W's, and he will tee it up again this week and is the heavy favorite once again this week. Shocker, we're back to that world, Jesse. But let's get to it. The Charles Schwab Challenge this week. What do you have for some recent news?
Yeah, Davis Riley was the 2024 champion, 14 under, 5 shots over Keegan and Scotty Scheffler. 2023 was Griot. 8 under playoff over Shank. 2022 was Sam Burns, 9 under in a playoff over Scotty. 2021 was Jason Kokrak, 14 under, 2 shots over Spieth. 2020 was Berger, 15 under in a playoff over Morikawa. 2019 was Kevin Na, 13 under, 4 shots over Tony Finau. Justin Rose shot 20 under. In 2018, 3 shots over Brooks there. Kisner's past champion. Spieth has 1 here. Adam Scott, past champion. Chris Kirk, past champion. That's about all you need.
Yep. We know this place pretty well. The Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club down there in Texas. A really good course. Spieth lives on the course essentially. So something else to like. There's a lot of Texas guys. That's why Scotty still plays it every year. He's a Texas boy. Par 70, a little less than 7,300 yards. So it's a short course, but at the same time, doesn't play that short because you have to be extremely accurate in the fairway. It's a less than driver golf course based on the layout here. a lot of dog legs come into play on this course. So you need to hit the fairways, and it's all about approach game and putting. It could turn into a wedge fest if you can pipe it, but the average drive last year I think was like 288 yards or something. So that's nothing for these guys. It's pretty much everybody can put it out there telling you it's a less than driver golf course. It's Bermuda grass pretty much the entire way, even in the rough, and the rough's going to be 2.5 to 3 inches. So that's going to get you in the greens are going to be rather fast, the bent grass greens. So it's going to be a very challenging golf course, all things considered. There's only 2 par 5s that are very gettable. You need to take advantage of those on this course. And the par 3s, there's 4 of them are all over 190 yards. Going back to the approach game is, since it's a less than driver course, a lot of the approach shots come from 150 to 200, most from 175 to 200. So you got that kind of bucket going for you. Again, it's for those that light up on it. If Bryson could ever, hit his driver, his iron straight now, if he were to play here, he'd probably be turned into a wedge fest. But for the most part, this field, if you listen to the winners that took place here, you can take care of business with like a 3-wood and a good, 8 iron, probably more often than not at this course. Jesse, what kind of stats are you looking at here?
Yeah, I mean, it's more accuracy, I think, than distance. There's a lot of less than driver holes, like you said, a lot of dog legs, scrambling, par 4 scoring, and plenty of course history, obviously, to weight as well.
All righty, let's get to it. DraftKings for the week, and it's a full field, top 65 in ties, but the you'll tell by the pricing quickly, not a deep field in talent. We have 2 golfers up top. I'm just going to actually put 1 golfer up top, and Tommy's going into the 9K range. So Scotty Scheffler's 13-7. I think we both agree. Phenomenal play if you can fit it. Unlike most tournaments, though, the 6K range, not great. So what are your thoughts on Scotty at 13-7?
Yeah, it's just hard to – I don't see how – does he ever lose again?
That's the narrative we had last year, and he pretty much didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough not to play Scotty in this field. I mean, he's got definitely been around here plenty enough. Second, third, and second in his last 3 starts at this event. So that's the last 3 years. I don't know what else. I mean, just put Scotty in your lineups.
Yep, if you can fit him and comfortably and you're good with it, then go for it. All right, 9K plus $110,000 guy. It's Tommy Fleetwood at 10K, Berger at 99, Spieth at 98, Hideki 96, Matt McNeely 95, JT Poston at 94, Bobby Mack at 93, English at 92, Aaron Rye at 91, and Keith Mitchell at 9,000. A large 9K range compared to most weeks because there's really no one worth $10,000. So where do you sit on this one?
Yeah, I think Tommy's okay. It's just a problem like we talk about when Tommy's priced up at this range, he's got to win. He doesn't win. So Berger has won here in the past. He has not won in a long time. However, 33rd last week, 11th, 3rd in his last 3 starts. So that's solid. 45th, 23rd, 20th, 1st since 2020 at this event. Definitely playable. McNeely at 95, finished 17th here last year. He was kind of hot there for a minute and then has kind of cooled off, but still, I mean, 33rd, 60th, 3rd in his last 3 starts. So that's not terrible. Aaron Rye was actually up around the lead for a little bit last week, finished 19th at the PGA Championship, 23rd the week before that, the Truist. So back-to-back pretty good starts for him. And then 32nd and 12th in his last 2 starts at this event. So that's kind of where I'd be, looking. Poston, I kind of want to click on, but I don't. Coming off that 5th place last week, I mean, he's been trending well, so I could see why you would play him. And I mean, I think he's going to be popular, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree with you on Berger. 4th on my model. He's 3rd in greens and regs or less, 24 rounds, 2nd in good drives. He's 3rd in approach, strokes gained approach. So everything you're looking for is great there. It's his wedge is like 125 to 150 is horrific. The rest of his game rates out pretty well. So I don't mind Berger. Spieth's going to be popular because he's local. It's one of those, if Spieth finds fairways, he can play well here, which he's done in the past. So take your poison. I think if you want to get some contrarian plays, I love the Poston call, first off, because he's like 84th in my model. But if we look at early ownership here, he is 13%. Another guy I'm about to talk about is one of your cheapies in this range. But to your Poston point, he finished 5th last week, but like you said, 23rd at the Truist, 11th at the Heritage. The Truist and the Heritage, like the course layouts, very similar to what we're seeing this week, minus the heavy rough, essentially. So it's a lot of shorter. They're both like par 70, 71, shorter courses. You need to be accurate off the tee, approach, and putt. So Poston played well there, and more importantly, 12th here last year. That's why he's a good tournament play. 12th last year, 3 straight missed cuts here, and then a 10th. So when he makes the cut, usually playing well at this event. So I don't mind JT for that point. I want to mention Hideki Matsuyama, $9,600. We're talking about a guy who's great around the green if you want to save pars. The rest of his game is totally in flux. He's projected to be less than 9% roster, one of the lowest guys in this range. Missed the cut last week, but 17th at the Truist, 21st at the Masters, missed cut at the Valero. So he's been picking his turn. He's not playing like crazy. And I don't have any record of him playing here since 2020. So it comes down to, do you believe Hideki can find fairways and get the approach game on, which we know he's one of the best approach games in the players in the world when he's on. I think it makes Hideki a very good tournament play, and most are afraid to play him because he's not playing a ton lately, and it's just not been like lights out. But I think there's something there with the Hideki bot. And then Aaron, Ryan, Harris, English. I like both of them. Rice 3rd in my model. English is 11th. Both top 3 in good drives, both really good in the approach game. English has the great history here. You mentioned Rice current form, so I support you on both of those. And I guess just take Keith Mitchell first-round leader and see where it goes on that one as usual. All right, 8K range. You got Siwoo at $8,900 coming off a big week at the PGA. Davis Thompson at 88. Ben Griffin at 87. He's another Texas boy. Davis Riley, he mentioned his history here at 86. Brian Harmon 85. Spawn 84. Michael Kim 83. Novak 82. Glover 81. And Ash K and Harry Hall at 8,000. So who do you like in the 8K range?
I like quite a bit here. Siwoo, I think he's okay. The course history is not what you really want to see. 56, 29th, WD, miscut, 66th, miscut. Like, that's not good. But 8th and 17th, his last 2 starts, 15th and 8th in the 2 starts before that. So he's 4 straight top 20s, 2 top 10s in his last 4 starts. That's trending up pretty good. But Siwoo tends to be a guy who, like, is a course history type of dude. So I don't really know how I feel about him. Davis Thompson at 8,800 finished 17th here last year, missed the cut last week, but had finished inside the top 30 in back-to-back starts before that missed cut. Davis Riley, the defending champion. First missed cut, 4th is his course history. So it's pretty good. Finished 2nd last week at the PGA Championship. That kind of came out of nowhere to me because, like Myrtle Beach Classic, he can't even make the cut there. And not great starts, but obviously, if you like course history, Brian Harmon, I feel like plays pretty well on these shorter courses that take more short game than just bomb and gouge. And that's, his course history is pretty good. 24th, 29th, miscut, 8th, 23rd, 31st, 14th. So that's good coming in. Great, not great finishes in back-to-back big time events. But again, this is, obviously a smaller field event. So at 8,500, I do like him quite a bit. Novak at 8,200. He shot 80 on Friday.
I had a lot of Novak, so yes, I'm aware.
But either way, before that, 17th, 2nd, and 3rd. He was trending really well. So I'd like going back to him. Did miss the cut here last year, finished 40th in 23. And then Glover at 8,100. He made the cut last week, 37th there. Made the cut or finished 66th at the Truist, which had no cut. Same thing at Heritage. It's like he's trending up, but his course history is not bad. 12th, 40th, 8th in his last 3 starts at Colonial. So I do like him as well, and that's where I'm at in this range.
Yeah, we're on a lot of it's like Siwoo. He's 14th my model. I agree. Should be. I think he'll be popular based on what we saw last week. He's projected for 14%. He's coming in really great form, 8th, 17th, 15th, 8th. So a lot to like there with Siwoo. You mentioned course history, not the greatest, but I could see some Siwoo love in this. Like the way this has so many dog legs, you got to find fairways, hit your spots. It kind of has a Pete Dye vibe to it. It feels like it's not, but we're like, Siwoo's Harmon. That's why he plays with, like, these guys play well in those type of shot shaping courses. Davis Thompson at 88. I don't mind going to 12th and approach over the last 24 rounds. Really, he played well here last year. Ben Griffin at 87, another guy that has very, very strong approach game, finds fairways with the best of them. Novak, I'll go back to that immediately at $8,200, especially if I want to use the comp courses per se. There's recent courses that can be compared. Truist, he finished 17th, second at the Heritage, third at the Valero, like coming in, playing really well at those events. So I have no problem going back to Novak at $8,200. And that's about it in this range. I don't mind a few other guys, but I'm not like in love with them at all. So like Glover, man, he pissed me off last week, but yeah, we'll move on from that. 75 to 79, it goes Mac Hughes, Ryan Gerard at 79, all the way down to Taylor Moore, Seabez, Sam Stevens at 75. Who do you like in this range, Jesse?
Gerard at 79. He surprised me last week. He was not on my radar to be in contention, but ended up finishing 8th. I talk about him almost every week, and he's never played here, but I do like him coming in. Olsen at 7,700, 33rd, 7th, 29th, 5th in his last 4 starts. Never played here. Alex Smalley's course history is not great. WD 40th, 27th, so that's not bad, but 28th last week, 5th at Myrtle Beach, 39th at the CJ Cup. And then Kitayama, 2 out of 2 made cuts here, which his last start was in 23, finished 29th. Coming off a miscut, the PGA Championship, but was 5th at the CJ Cup, miscut, 39th, miscut, 33rd. I mean, he's like, make a cut, miss a cut. So he should be on this week to make a cut.
That's a fair point. If we go on those patterns, I'm with you on Gerard. I had about 3 or 4 lineups with Gerard.
Did you really?
Yeah, it didn't mean I had a great week, but because most of those had Rory with them.
If you didn't have Scotty Scheffler,
yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I had 0 Scotty Scheffler.
You're not going to cash.
No, I literally cashed 2 lineups out of my 20. And I had a lineup with Rory. Dude, going into Friday, I was like in 6th place. I was like, okay, we got something. I had Rory, Gerard, and Vegas. Didn't finish as well as you'd think.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't finish as well as you think. Vegas was less than 1% rostered. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Gerard, he's 16th in my model, so I'll go right back to that train. He's always a GPP guy because he hasn't played most of these courses like at this peak before, so you don't know what we're going to get. But approach game is great. 17th over the last 24 rounds. He's 5th from 125 to 150, 12th from 150 to 175. He's great in the shorter par 4s. Bud Cauley's 10th on my model because of his approach game. It's been on point. Still coming back from injury, so a lot of the stats could be skewed. But like that, Thorban Olsen is 17th on my model. He's 4th in finding fairways. He's 5th in greens and regulation, which could be good this week. 19th in approach as well, so don't mind Thorban. And then Seabez, phenomenal history here. Horrific form coming in. Pick your poison. And Sam Stevens is another guy, like, his current form is not ideal, but it's a guy that has played well at this event. Also, like Sam Stevens miscut 29th. We said Seabez 17th, 21st, 16th. But recent form, like Stevens, 60th at the PGA, but then 23rd the Truist, 3rd at the CJ, 54th. So he's made 4 straight cuts. Same with Seabez. Don't mind them. Probably not the most popular plays in that range, but not the ones I'm avoiding by any means. 7K to 74, you got Kevin Yu, who had a nice week last week also, and Jacob Bridgman and Emiliano Grillo and Tom Hoagie at 74, all the way down to about 7 guys at 7K, highlighted by Seamus Power and Joe Highsmith. So who do you like in this range?
Yeah, that's where you start kind of getting into the weeds immediately here. Lee Hodges, 3 out of 3 made cuts, finished 12th here last year, has missed 4 straight cuts on tour. Pearson Cootie, 5th here last year. Made 3 straight cuts on tour. Matt Wallace, he made the cut last week, finished 17th after a WD, after he finished 26, after he missed 2 straight cuts, after he finished 26, after he missed 2 straight cuts. His course history is not great. Miscut, 56th miscut, but seems good enough to maybe click a lineup or two. Toasty at 7,100, 17th here last year. 4 straight made cuts for him on tour. He didn't play the PGA Championship, but he's been playing some of those kind of oppo field events. Hubbard at 7,000, played here a lot. Hasn't missed a cut here since 2016. Best finish was 9th 2 years ago, and he's coming off 2 straight top 10s. Got her up at 7,000. He missed a cut here last year, but 13th in Myrtle Beach, 15th CJ Cup. So back-to-back top 20s for him in similar fields, at least. And then Nicholas Echeverria, 5 straight made cuts for him. He's never played here, but I think he's fine as well.
Yeah, I'm with you on some of those also. Griot's interesting just because of his history here. It's always pain playing Griot, like 64th last year, from the first, 63rd, 8th. So it's like 2 great finishes, 2 like, thanks for coming, you made the cut, but didn't do a damn bit of good for me. That's Griot in a nutshell, probably, all things considered. Didn't make the cut of the CJ Cup at 18th at Valero. Again, sums up Griot in a nutshell. He's 25th in my model because his approach game has actually been really good. It's always his putter, as we know, is the problem. So Griot at 74, don't mind. Eric Cole at 73. I'm going to keep playing him in tournaments. He's 39th in my model. He's 5th in approach over the last 24 rounds. Everything else is kind of mid-pack, but when you look at recent Eric Cole, 41st at PGA, 34th Truish, 5th CJ Cup, 18th Heritage, 26th Valero, and 73. That kind of checks throughout the week. You can handle almost any of those scores. Has missed both cuts since he played here. That's the Eric Cole experience for you. So don't mind him. I kind of want to, whenever I do 20 max, I always sprinkle some Jake Knapp in just because he's got like win equity. But people love to target him in big golf courses, but maybe a lesson driver could do him some good because he's having trouble finding the fairways. Like he's 106th in this field in good drives. Like his driver's off the freaking map right now. So could be a guy to sneak through in a tournament if you're feeling it. Same goes for Cam Davis. We've talked about that before on this show, that those shorter golf courses, because he's 115th in this field in good drives, it's because his driver's erratic. He put it away. His 3-wood's phenomenal. Cam Davis plays really well at short golf courses in his career. He finished 19th at the PGA, like 13th at the Heritage, which is a short golf course, 54th at the Truist. So pick your poison, but 56th here last year, miscut 7th the year before, and a 45th. So I don't mind Cam Davis at $7,200. Our boy Ryu at 71 will go right back to him as he's been playing well also. Then Toasty at 71 just for tournaments because he can do it all. Did you see his scorecards from qualifying?
No.
It was pretty much all bogeys or birdies. It was the total Toasty golf card. It was like, to follow him for 36 holes would have been amazing. Then Mark Hubbard and Echeverria, I have them both at 7K, so I'm with you on both of them. All right, 6K range. Who you got?
Castillo at 69. Back-to-back made cuts for him after back-to-back miscuts. Finished 5th at the CJ Cup. Bramlett, 37th here last year. 2 straight made cuts for him. Messiner, I don't know how you really say his name. 5th here last year, coming off a miscut in Myrtle Beach, but before that had made 5 straight cuts. McGreevy at 6,700, 52nd here last year, coming off a miscut at the PGA Championship. Stephen Fisk never played here, but 2 straight made cuts for him, 13th and 33rd at the Myrtle Beach Classic and Texas Open. Carson Young, 6,500, missed the cut here last year, but 21st and 23, come off a 13th at the Myrtle Beach Classic. Dylan Wu, 6,200, 2 straight miscuts for him here, but 45th at the Myrtle Beach Classic. I don't know why I've got him checked off, to be honest with you. Will Gordon, 52nd here last year, miscut, or in 2023, miscut in 21. Come off a 5th place finish his last time out at the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson, which was also in Texas. So Michael Block, I will not be clicking on. We didn't even talk about Michael Block's quote. Did you see that?
Apparently he can't play in front of small crowds. I didn't know his local golf course was always packed from wall to wall. Like, people already don't like him.
Have you ever heard a more egregious take in your life?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People already don't really like the guy. Maybe don't throw out a lot lines of BS like that, but like if they make a Happy Gilmore 7, like I know they're only on 2. When they make a 7, I hope Block's the villain. Let's put it that way. Like put him in there and let Happy's like great grandkid beat the crap out of him or something. That'd be awesome. Oh, he's such a tool. Such a tool. All right. For me in the 6K range, Ricky Castillo, $6,900 with you on that. Sammy Valimaki, I'll go right back there. He's 20th in my model. He's 7th in approach over the last 24 rounds. decent at finding the fairways. You look at his recent results from Sammy, like missed the cut at the PGA, but then 39th at the CJ Cup, 18th Heritage, 12th Valero. Like we were riding that train pretty good. So I'll go right back to there. I'm with you on Meisner, or whatever he is, like you said, McClure. Meisner, $6,800. Good course history here. He's an SMU grad. I saw that earlier on Golf Channel today. So I probably played this course quite a few times in the past. Henrik Norlander, $6,800. Henrik Norlander is second in my model. Yeah, not sure. He's second in approach. He's third from 150 to 175. He's first on the short par fours from 4 to 450. He's 10th from 175 to 200, 9th from 125 to 150, and he's 20th in greens and regs. Like he's playing really well over his last 24 rounds. Now, first, let me clarify. His last 24 rounds, I don't even think all show up on my page here. No, they don't. He 45th at the CJ Cup, 12th at the Valero. That'll work, though. That'll work at this price point. And if you go deeper on Henrik Norlander, miscut in 2023, 50th in 21, miscut in 20. So course history, not great. But current form is great, and my deal is heavy in the approach game. So that's probably why he checks the box. So I will have some Henrik Norlander, but do I believe he's second in my model? Probably not. Adam Schenk at 65 with Drew here last year, second the year before, miscut 65th, 43rd. Schenk just qualified for the Open. I don't mind some Schenk. Lipsky at 73. He finished 9th here last year, 16th the year before, 48th the year before that for Mr. Lipsky. Not coming in great form, though. So, again, pick your poisons on that one. And Robbie Shelton, 9th, 29th the last 2 years at this golf course would be another kind of course history guy to go to. There's some other like Max McGreevy's playing well. Putnam's playing well. You mentioned Fisk. Like there's dudes down here, but I really don't want to be down here if I don't have to be.
No.
All right, recapping things in the 9K plus Tommy Fleetwood bracket.
Sky Scheffler. Oh. I'll say Berger.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to go with, where do I have him? I'm going to go with JT Poston. 8K range.
Harmon.
Go Novak. 75 to 79.
I'll say Olsen.
That's, yeah. I'll go with Ryan Gerard. 7K to 74.
Hubbard.
Man, this is bad golf. I'll go with Ryu at 72 and 6K range.
I'll say Castillo. Ricky Castillo.
I like the Castillo call. I will go with, I can't give him away. Give me Sammy Valimaki at 69. All right, I wouldn't even play cash this week, honestly. It's going to be a volatile week. But if you are, Jesse, where would you start?
Berger, Harmon. And I need a cheaper dude. And then Hubbard.
Yeah, I would go with like, wow, this is brutal. I would go with like Ryu. I don't even know if I must say Ryu at 72 and then put him with Harmon and Ben Griffin, I guess. God, it's ugly. It's ugly for cash. Tournaments, though, this is a weekend for tournaments. Get wild with it. Where would you the tournament?
I got Scotty, Brian Harmon, and Echevarria.
All right. For me, it's I'll take Scotty out of the mix because that does make the most sense. I will go with JT Poston and Brian Harmon and Andrew Novak to start things out. Try to just not deal with too much value, but Scotty will win and I'll make no more money yet again. So with that being said, Jesse, who do you got winning this thing?
I'm just going to place one bet. It's Brian Harmon at 55 to 1. I also bet him top 20, which is only plus 180, but just in case when Scotty wins, hopefully he gets inside the top 20, I get my money back.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff there. If you want some top 20 plays with some, I guess, okay value, I don't mind taking like a where to go, like Ryu's plus 280 if you want to have some fun with that. Cam Davis plus 300. He's finished very well at this golf course before. Norlander's plus 350 if you believe my rankings. That seems like an easy one. Hubbard at plus 360 can be another one. So it's a good week to throw some top 20 darts. I'd say that much. See where you can get away with it, because a lot of volatility this week.
Yeah, and then if Scotty starts slow, then you can get him at 3-1 when he's 10 back or something.
Yeah, probably. Because they're not going to budge. They're not going to budge much on that.
They didn't last week, man. I was looking at it.
Because after Thursday, he was down 6-7 strokes.
Yeah, and then after when he kind of came back a little bit on Friday, it was
gone.
Yeah, I know this thing's over. Scotty's going to win this somehow, some way.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my friend. Any final thoughts before we wrap up another week?
I don't, man. Good luck.
All right, everybody. We'll be back with you guys next week for more Always Pressing action. But for now, check out Jesse on Twitter at DFS Golf Gods, the podcast at Always Press DFS. I am at BDentric. This was your 2025 Charles Schwab Challenge. Catch you all next time.